Welcome to the Pulse of the Heartland podcast. This is your Monday night Funcast. We're going to hit a couple different topics here tonight. So let's get into this thing. Like we always say, we like to follow along with our people watching. So if you are watching, hey, hit some comments. We will respond here. If you want to hear us talk about a certain topic, just let us know. Hit us up in the DMs on all our social medias. Joey, how can people get a hold of us?
Yes, sir. Instagram and Twitter at Heartland Pulse for as long as Twitter's going to be up and running. We'll see when Elon crashes all that shit. If you're watching us right now, as always, you know how to find us on YouTube, but if not, just search Pulse of the Heartland. Do the same thing on Facebook. You can find us on inthezone.studio. We have a special guest, the creator of all that. Dylan's here with us tonight. We'll get to him here in a little bit. But yeah, find us on there. You can find a bunch of other writers and a bunch of other blogs and things that are going on that website. That's kind of going to be our home from now on. So yeah, inthezone.studio. And then as always, tomorrow we'll be on all your major podcast platforms.
All right, Joey, what are you sipping on?
Vodka and Sprite Zero. That's normal.
All right. Clark, what are you sipping on?
Tropical Punch, Trent.
Tropical Punch. Bryant, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm recovering from this wedding this last weekend, so I'm just sipping on some water here.
Still recovering. It was that good.
A little bit of that, and I got a little bit of heartburn kicking in right now, so I'm not going to add to that tonight.
Yeah, you know you're getting old when the hangovers last multiple days.
Yes, sir.
What about you, Ryan? What are you sipping on tonight?
Water. I'm kind of a single dad right now tonight for a few hours, so I should probably behave, huh? Be responsible.
No.
Probably. No.
I started looking at my whiskey cabinet earlier, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I should stay away from that.
Well, how are you supposed to buy new whiskeys if you don't drink the ones you got?
Well, if Rebecca would stop coaching and stuff like that, stop having a life. Come on.
Maybe if she wasn't so selfish. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well,
think about you and your whiskey drink.
She's making us money so I can work, so it's fine.
There we go.
You gotta do it for the kids.
Yep. And we do have Dylan up here, top right, the new guy.
What's up?
The new guy.
Welcome, Dylan.
Yes,
Hey, Dylan.
well,
Thank you.
and David's already jumped in the chat, so we got David here.
Thanks.
Hi, David.
So right now we do have Monday Night Football going on. Arizona and San Francisco they're playing in Mexico City. Arizona is up 14-10 right now.
Yep.
All right, so that is what's going on my TV. So, first thing on the list here is introducing Dylan, which we've done. But why don't you tell us a little bit about In the Zone?
For a while, I've had a past sports, going to school, sports media right now. That's something that it kind of came about when, hey, maybe this, and then I put out just a subreddit, and Ryan, you were the one that reached. We started talking, and then
Yes.
got
Got you on
everything
Reddit.
kind of just snowballed. Another, we got to the place we're at now. So, not to try and expand even bigger, just going with the flow, right? Figured I wanted something, an ultra, as the most of the guys towards Barstool Sports. But so I wanted to create an alternate for people in these sports and their news.
Nice. Well, just like everything else on the Pulse of the Heartland, we're getting a little bit of delays from you, so we're going to ask you some, questions here and there. We'll try and keep you so that your answers are nice and concise and short, so that we don't get all those bad delays. It wouldn't be a Monday Fun Day podcast without us having all kinds of technical issues. So that's just how it rolls around here. But first and foremost, thank you for reaching out to us and getting us involved with all this. But I need to know more than anything. Are you a Nebraska fan or an Iowa fan? This week again?
Neither. He's an Iowa State fan.
If I would say Nebraska.
Woo!
I'm a Tennessee fan.
I think Joey just quit.
That's one strike. He gets one more, then I'm going to mute his ass. It's just like around the horn.
But
Yeah,
nothing wrong with being a Tennessee fan. It kind of sucks with Hendon Hooker this year, but still a solid year overall.
Yeah, just absolutely torched us. So I had to back.
Mm-hmm.
So, anybody got any questions that they want to go first here, or should I, should I spout one off here?
Go for it.
Host away, sir.
Okay, so this is a fill in the blank question. We're going to see who you really are. So we're all from the heartland here. Fill in the blank. So you make this in a pan, and a lot of times it's got tater tots in it. Okay, it's I don't like it. It's gross. You put it in the oven. You take it out. What would you? That is a tater tot. What?
Casserole.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Correct
okay.
answer.
Good answer. You can stay. We won't boot you yet.
So
What-
do
I
you
know-
know? Do you know
Do you
what the alternate incorrect answer is?
Yes. My wife, she grew up 8 miles from Minnesota, and Minnesotans and a lot of people in South Dakota here call it tater tot hot dish. Yeah, it's a Heartland thing. I had to ask.
I believe it goes something like this. All casseroles are hot dishes, but not all hot dishes are casseroles.
You might be onto something, man. Yeah.
Mine
See,
is
she
crap.
says it's a hot dish. You cook it in a casserole. The pan is the casserole.
Oh, it's a
called
casserole dish.
Tater tot hot dish cooked in the casserole. Yeah, that's incorrect though.
What if it's a cold casserole? Is it still a hot dish?
No, I guess.
What the hell are you eating?
Yeah.
Those tater tots next day ain't gonna be warm, buddy. They're gonna be cold.
Holy shit. My mind just got blown. I did not know the casserole was the dish. I thought it was
Hey,
the type of food.
the more you listen to me talk, the more stupid crap that you'll never need to know that you'll probably know.
I would
Okay.
not have any idea who the fuck ZZ Top was if I didn't grow up with you and your family. So, yeah. Yeah.
How?
knows that. It was easy.
How? Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. All right. Well, that was my question. You answered it correctly, so you're part of the Heartland.
I have Dylan. I have multiple questions for you.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, no. So this is definitely the biggest debate we have had on Pulse, and so I'm going to spell you a word, and you're going to say how it is said. There's 2 correct ways, and one way that I have no clue how the hell anyone ever thought of this. So the word that I'm going to spell, CRAYON. How do you say that word?
Crayon.
That works. Somebody in this group, I'm not going to name names, says
Crown?
crown. Yeah, who?
Brown.
It's a damn crown.
No, there's
Yeah.
no way.
It's a
No,
well.
not at all.
You're both wrong. It's a crayon.
You take that middle syllable out. You just skip it when you're talking about crowns.
I'm okay with 2
Crayon.
answers, and there's one that just isn't right, and we settled that one.
Braga, hit him up with yours.
Does chili have beans in it? Yes or no?
This is all food questions here.
Yes.
Okay, good. Honestly, I could carry. I know there's some people that are like super that it makes or breaks it. I can't remember if one of us is, but always people that get mad about that as well.
Texas.
That's it.
Texas, people from Texas, no beans.
I would like to
Speaking
state
of,
that my chili recipe is now reigning champion everywhere.
yeah, so Clark has now won the Newton Medical Center chili cook-off in Newton, Kansas, and now his recipe just won the Sanford Health chili cook-off. So got my trophy. It's hanging in the garage.
I might just have to post that on the website.
Do it. Get a picture of my trophy too.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's an award winner. We didn't have a sweet trophy like that in Newton, so
Get a bowling trophy.
yeah, it should be a bowling pin.
I know for a fact I went to enough flea markets in Newton that there are bowling trophies around Newton to buy.
It's mine.
Buy
It's
myself a trophy.
It's a ladle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sweet.
Don plays joining tonight. He liked that Iowa money line that we told him to take.
Told you, boy.
Yep. Joey, what's your questions?
Yeah, it was
Oh, best condiment in the world is ranch dressing. I won't have any arguments there. Thick ranch or thin ranch? Which do you prefer?
What's the pulse of the food land?
About it, like if I'm specific thicker, so it stays on the fry.
Yeah,
That's
perfect.
That's my thought
Solid.
process.
I would accept it also stays on the hot wing, also stays on the pizza crust when you're done with it, also stays on basically anything. So, yeah, as long as it stays on something thick.
Thick.
I agree.
All food questions. I hope you're ready.
I love them.
Ryan's wasn't unless you're eating crayons.
I'm gonna flex a little different here.
30 years ago, I might have been, Trent.
Yeah.
You said you're a fan of the Tennessee Orange, the Volunteers. Are you from Tennessee?
Born and raised.
All right.
19 years of misery. It's fine.
Wait, hey. You're not from Missouri, so you can't be in misery.
And you have Vikings fandom as on your resume too. That doesn't help at all.
All team wins a lot. So I'll take that, but it's just terrible.
Sweet. So, other than the people that we have on the team already for the blogs and stuff, I'll just go ahead and jump into a serious question. What else are we looking for to join in the zone? What kind of content are we looking for? Do you think it's going to be more sports oriented? What are you looking for, I guess, for more talent acquisition?
So more talent, we have the the wrestling side of everything, and that now, which is positive to expand that, which would be great. Is prime NBA and NHL, and so I think if we could bring in also others, because that's great to bring foot traffic to expanding into business plan I sent out earlier to every TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that content out there, because that's what's king of social media. Expanding is maybe bringing some more writers out, but also bringing in creators, maybe people that do a pod, transitioning, help us create content on.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. So just a little bit of everything. You want to get into more, as many sports as possible, and then just create good content. I like that.
Excellent.
Kind of things, and then building up from there.
Hell yeah.
And if you need a face of golf like Barstool has rigs, that I'll be happy to be the one that goes to all the tournaments and all that stuff, and becomes friends with Tiger Woods.
Hey, we've already got a podcast set up for that.
We do.
Yeah, we're ready.
Nice.
Yeah, as long as Kevin doesn't get to go, I'll be fine with that.
Just because he prefers WCW, which was better than WWF.
Wrong.
Ooh. Ooh. Hot take.
The right
Thank
thing.
you.
The right thing.
No.
I don't know about that one.
NWO, come on. Bill Goldberg.
I don't know. I just heard an interview with MJF for AEW. He sounds like the real deal. I love his showmanship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's fine.
All
AEW
good.
isn't AEW like actually kind of getting pretty big now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And they are signing huge talent.
MJF might be one of the. That's a big statement, but he's up there.
Yeah. No, I would say he knows how to play the heel, and he plays it really well.
Mm-hmm. And they got the
Doesn't matter.
cons from Jacksonville behind them and everything. I mean, so they've got money backing them and everything. I really like AEW. I've only watched it a few times, but I like it better than the product I'm seeing with WWE right now.
Knock I have on AEW is the oversight. They're going to figure that out. Talent, you can figure out how to put. WWE just doesn't have enough, or just not enough established stars.
Right. But if he keeps offering more money and better pathways to do your own curation of your own story, he's going to get that talent. It's going to come over. So.
Mm-hmm.
So, just not to switch subjects here, but got the football game on this halftime show here. Anybody else watching this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving
This
it.
should be the Super Bowl halftime show. I mean, if you get me a tuba and some trumpets and cowboy hats, Super Bowl halftime show, I'm all in.
Clark's got a cowboy hat. Let's have him as the halftime show.
Clark could get up and sing.
I
Give
can
him a
bust out my
tuba.
saxophone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to really have a duet one these nights there, Joey.
Oh, that's right.
Just Monday night Funcast serenade the fans. Oh, jeez.
Hell yes.
And
That's
there
sexy cast.
goes all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else
Well-
has a question?
I asked mine and he passed the test. So
I was looking at your business model there. It said that you have history helping with Twitch streamers. What I guess what was that about? Any big names that we know?
It's not gonna be a big name. You got 13,000 followers. His name's he's a 100 to 150 viewers. He had 3 viewers. I was one of the first. It was like we played Fortnite 17. This is forever. And I started just modding there. And then after about a year on the social media side of things, his up to the way he was running it, just being the face of what you become as a Twitch streamer. And so I helped grow Twitch to about followers to about 4,500. It's not just me, it's him and the team that we help. But social media wise, I take Twitter of getting him into Instagram and others. Help him more by producing or putting out more. Overall group 300, and then he actually on Twitch for a while 750 to 50.
You know how to grow a product then already. That's awesome.
When I just have to focus on social media for me.
Well, and that's why you have people like us just giving out A+ content at all times. A+.
It's true. What I would like to do is clip outs of the stream, targeting clip outs of the streams. I can start to.
Yeah, that was something I was actually talking to the boys about. I wonder if we can take videos and like find what we think is one of the best moments in the stream for the night, and be like, okay, this was at minute 51 or whatever. Can we clip this and make a whatever type video you want to do, whether it's TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, whatever you want to do. And that was one of the things I talked about them, is how possible that was going to be. And I know you're looking for social media people too.
And
That's a
we
great
just found
idea.
this the other day. We can change our orientation, so we can make it phone. Well, what? Oh, it's not available in the live stream. Never mind. We can make a live stream that's orientated for a phone, so we can record everything.
Nice.
So that's awesome. A lot of exciting stuff coming up here.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else before we jump on into this thing?
I guess one more, since you have a Twitch background, we're kind of heavily biased on console company here, PlayStation or Xbox.
This is a tough question. Become PS3 to Xbox One. Toughest question. I've tells me just go PlayStation because I have the most for Xbox. Xbox is just so much. So.
Sorry, it cut out a lot. Which one was it?
It's all good. I choose PlayStation, but just much better to me personally.
All right. Well, we'll accept it.
We basically all have a Series X. I guess Bryant settled for a Series S. He didn't want to wait around for next to show up.
I
Trent
pointed
bought a
back.
Series X and got 2.
Yeah.
I got one in the box still.
Xbox, I don't even touch it. Everything now, so I choose PC over all of them. So.
Oh, PC
Master
Master
Race.
The only reason I know that is because of my wife. I've never heard that. And then she started saying Master Race. I'm like, what's that even mean? And then she had to explain PC Master Race to me.
Once you go down that rabbit hole, you never come back, Trent.
Yeah, so I don't have to worry about that.
Never.
I'm playing Xbox, and yeah, I don't game enough to do that. You guys know that. I played Red Dead Redemption for the first time in like 2 years last week. Okay.
Wow.
You still got what, 50% of the campaign left?
I think 53%. Yes.
You'll soon realize that he's got a plan. You just have to have faith in him.
I've got a plan.
Yeah.
You just gotta trust me. I've got a plan.
Just need some money.
Yeah. Trent's trying to still get the perfect rabbit skins. We know what he's doing. Keeps getting fair to poor. I know.
No, I run through the storyline straight through. I don't do any side missions. I'm not helping anybody who needs help on the side of the road when their wagon broke down. None of that.
Yeah.
Trent's
you
played a
basically-
solid
Wow.
5 hours of Red Dead Redemption 2 over the past 6 years.
So basically, you play Red Dead like you do real life. You just don't want to help anybody.
Ain't no side missions in my life, okay? I'm only on the main storyline.
Someone's on the side of the road. Nope, we got to get to work. Not helping them out. This wasn't on the script for the day.
Little spoiler alert if anyone hasn't played the game, but Trent's favorite part apparently is when Arthur Morgan gets fucking tuberculosis. Jesus, he cannot get to it fast enough.
No spoilers. I mean, the game came out 4 years ago. But yes,
Gotta
he
be
is
longer than
starting.
that.
I knew he'd get sick and died because Katrina played through it. But yes, he is starting to cough right now in the game. I've noticed.
I still haven't played it.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
spoiler
it's
alert.
2018.
Oh, Katrina. Oh, my wife's chiming in here. Yeah.
Still hasn't gotten there.
nerd.
Hasn't beat Red Dead Redemption 2 yet. Nerd.
I'll give it to you. It has only been 4 years. I thought it was longer than that, to be honest with you.
Well,
I,
as
That's
it's-
what she said.
I not really, Joey. And oh,
Put him in timeout.
all right.
All right. You ready to roll into some NFL talk here? Because there's one game I think we should just skip over, but let's talk about Kansas City first. Let's go, you two homers.
What up?
Clark, you start first.
Chiefs are the best team in all of the NFL. Travis Kelce, best tight end to walk the land. Don't even doubt him for a second. I saw in the notes here somebody put that the Chiefs squeaked out a victory. Excuse me.
They did.
Squeaked
Yeah,
out
they-
a victory. My ass. There was
they
no
can't
doubt they
even
were gonna
win
win that game.
They can't cover 5.5. Come on.
Have you never
They
watched
won it
Chiefs
in, like,
Chargers?
the
It is
last-
always a 3-point game. Always.
They
gave
won it in the
to one
last
already
2
this year.
minutes. Like, it wasn't like they were dominating the whole game.
They don't. It's the Chargers. They always play the Chiefs tough.
So
They
you
don't
squeak
dominate the
by a
game, but
win.
they always win. Bryant's got the facts to back it up.
Yeah,
If I said Dallas squeaked by a win, yeah, that would be a little ridiculous. But yeah, you guys squeaked out a win with 2 minutes left.
That is the Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce special right there. Give him the ball back, and you're gonna lose.
I think the only argument I have with the squeaks by is that every Chiefs fan knew that was going to happen. That is where we've talked about how spoiled we are right now. It was like, oh my God, like any other time before Mahomes, it would be like, oh my God, they just scored. All the momentum's there. I was just like, okay, I'm just going to go get some water real quick, and then I'll just sit down for the game-winning drive and just fucking – they do it every single time, man. And like you said, the Chargers they're always a good team, but they're always 3 points less than the Chiefs team. That every single freaking time. So
I mean, the Chiefs have given them 2 of their losses this year, and they're 5-5. So
Yeah.
they would be 5-3 if it wasn't for the Chiefs.
But yeah, I mean, Mahomes 13-0 on the road in the division. I think is it? I don't want to get the stat wrong. I think he's 25-0 now in November, December. I mean, it just. I mean, these are numbers that we're probably never going to see again in our lifetime. I mean, these are just stupid numbers that he's just putting up every single time, and that's Mahomes, that's Kelce. Again, just being himself. That's Andy Reid putting together a fantastic game plan, and he just seems to put it together at the end of the year. I mean, I know last year we were talking about how just like historically bad our defense was at the beginning of the year, but then towards the end of the year we started putting it together. So I mean, this is when we're really going to start ramping up. Where we had 2 losses earlier, and I think me and Clark would admit it's like, Bills are coming up. If the Chargers would have beat us in this game, we wouldn't have been shocked either. I guess I wouldn't have. This Chargers team is a good team. They've just been injured just enough to be behind. So, I mean, they're still not out of the count yet. But, yeah, I mean, just like I said, Mahomes has just been doing some incredible things these last few years.
So I did see that Kelce passed Gronk for most 100-yard games as a tight end all time, 33. When I saw that number, I thought that was a little light. I would have guessed more. If you asked me how many 100-yard games Kelce has in his career, I would have said more than 33. But yeah,
I would have thought more of that with Gronk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, with Gronk, he just had so many injuries as well. I mean, I'm surprised the guy can still walk now, to be honest, with how many beatings he took just up, across the middle. Joey, so 31. What is this? 31-4 in November and December in his career.
Yep, and he hasn't lost a game in those 2 months since 10 or 11 November 10th, 2019. So 3 years now.
Jeez. Yeah.
Do you think he is the greatest thing ever to watch? Is he better than Gonzalez?
Travis Kelce?
Yeah.
You
Yes.
think so? We disagree, but that's just me. It's
At this point in their careers, yes, easy.
Yeah.
If he goes on to have the longevity Gonzalez has, I don't know. Like
Mhm.
Gonzalez had a great overall career, and I think
mean-
Kelsey's on the right track to do more than. So
When he
that
was with the
that
Chiefs,
Super Bowl helped a lot.
when he was with the Chiefs, he was incredible. He was the originator of this guy used to play basketball and just have athleticism at tight end. And then we were being very nice and trading to the Falcons so we could actually win a Super Bowl, and then they pissed it down their legs. Joey, I blame
Why am I
you. No, I'm just kidding.
Why am I
Gonzalez
here?
came this close to getting a Super Bowl.
Oh no, I would say
Close.
that was definitely one of those times. Usually, when you have a player traded away from your team, you're just like, oh my god, we just have to replace him. That was like the one time I legitimately, and I was young at that time, saw them trade away our best player. I go, good, he deserves this. Get the hell out of Kansas City where we're wasting talent and be able to do anything with him.
He could still put up tons of stats because they had Alex Smith that was dinking and dunking. I mean, and you were still winning 12 games a year. So it's not like the Chiefs were bad. They just weren't going to do anything in the playoffs, and everyone knew it. So
No, exactly. So it was just give Gonzalez a chance to get his ring. That's all it was.
So what was this record Kelce just broke this weekend?
Most 100-yard games.
100-yard receiving games by tight end.
I don't know why I went like this to hear you better. I have fucking headphones in. Okay,
Huh?
that makes more sense.
Come
Exactly.
closer, Sonny.
That makes more sense. I was looking at all-time tight end touchdowns. I was like, he didn't do that this weekend, but that makes more sense. So
Who has
Not
that?
yet.
Tony Gonzalez.
Antonio Gates has the record at 116.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Kelce in the touchdown category has 11 so far this year. He's tied, I believe, for most touchdowns at this point in the season with, is it Adams? Does Adams have 11?
Devonta
Or has he
Adams.
got
Yep.
more than Adams?
Is it on your board behind you, Clark?
For Travis Kelce, yes. He's got 11 touchdowns. But that is tied with Travis's career best in a season. So he's having a historic year for himself.
You could double that.
It helps when you have a 4-touchdown game thrown in there every once in a while,
Yeah, and then a 3-touchdown game.
Yeah. So I don't know. Other than we could talk about the offense all day, just to kind of wrap up on the Chiefs game. I think the defense looked incredible. They still have a bunch of speed. They've been getting a lot of twists on the line that have opened up some pretty decent sacks, like that. I think it was the twist in the middle, and then was it Bolton or Dana? He ran through wide open.
It was Dana.
Yeah. So and they finally got a turnover for like the first time in like 5-6 weeks. So I mean, defense is cooking, offense is doing what they need to. Just at this point, we just need to maintain what we're doing.
Yeah, Bolton was flying around, caused a few issues in the penalty wise, but dude came hustling in the game to seal it by catching that tip pass for an interception. So
yeah, other than
flying
that,
around.
I mean, for the Chargers, Herbert, I don't like how Herbert is going to have Williams and Keenan Allen there for so long, and Eckler, if they can keep him, my God, they're looking good. They're going to be tough for years.
I think the Chargers' next move needs to be drafting a better medical team.
Yep.
Amen.
Thank you, David. It was a
David
squeak. of
agrees. Yeah, squeaked out that victory. I didn't see it. That was past my bedtime, so I didn't know how it ended. So
You're so old.
speaking of, it's past my bedtime now, you a-hole.
Did you see the end of the Vikings game?
Yeah, no. I didn't.
No, CBS didn't let us.
Nobody did. Nobody did. It was so bad. CBS is like, just turn this shit off. Nobody wants to see this.
I was awake at that time, but I was watching the Iowa State basketball game by that time. I had turned that game off.
You had no other option.
Yep. So
Look at
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move to that game.
that is next on the list, I just deleted all the Viking stuff. Justin Fields.
Dylan, take it away. What is your Vikings take on this one?
Interesting stat that Kirk Cousins was 5% of the time, and Super Bowl where they got destroyed by the Bucs, and Mahomes was only blitzed third Bowl. So Kirk was almost, and our offensive line absolutely terrible. That might have been the 2017 NFC Championship worst Vikings game I watched. Just was all around. Just nobody looked like they won.
Was that their worst home loss ever?
I think so.
Wasn't Chad saying that, Ryan?
I think it was. Yeah.
I think he said if it got to 40-3, that was going to be their worst home loss ever.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was ugly no matter what. I know Dylan cut out kind of, but was it 57 to 37%, or was it like worse than that?
63.
61 to 31.
That's right. So yeah, when everyone in Chiefs fandom was freaking out because their offensive line was garbage. Number one, we had our whole season that season was still worse than what their one Super Bowl game was. And so I believe our average that year was like 36 or 37. That was the whole season. And yeah, we almost doubled that as pressures go. So it's hard. I don't even know if Mahomes or Lamar would survive behind that performance. That was such a terrible performance. They would have been running for their lives on that one. I mean, we saw
there's not a quarterback in the league that could have made that okay last night.
No, I mean, we saw how Mahomes did during the Super Bowl with 31%, and then they went out and bought a whole new line the next year to keep that from happening again.
And Hall to be out there playing, it was just terrible to put him out there.
Yeah,
I mean, a very, very good Patriots.
That is the weird thing that I'm seeing a lot with concussions this year is Darisaw 2 weeks in a row have concussions. So how did he? I don't know. Did he somehow pass and then 2 plays into the game he already has another concussion? That just seems strange. And I saw that kind of happen with Stafford this week too. Stafford was out with the concussion again too. So I don't know how people are just getting rushed back or what. I know Tua got rushed back. That one was just a stupid situation, but that's weird this year.
It was I think it was he lowered his head. Darisaw was out the next play. How you pass concussion protocol that quick? And I think they have to take a step back and look at their.
Yeah, I remember Harrison Smith.
One of them won
2 games because of
prep it tomorrow.
Pass concussion protocol too.
I have the camera turned off, by the way.
Oh, okay. I thought Ryan was frozen.
No, I see we're having connection issues, but it looks like we're okay now.
Okay. Yeah, they're like, you can't take one spot of that game like, well, this was a bright spot. Like, nothing was good. The interior defensive line, like, they could have ran 400 yards right up the middle. Like, it was terrible.
Absolutely. They had 13 quarterback hits to our, which you're not gonna win if you're getting hit 13 his way with anybody he was.
No, and it just shows how much we miss Dalvin Tomlinson. Now, I'm happy to see Caleb Evans coming back this year or this next game. And Dalvin is practice limited today, so that's a good sign. But Caleb Evans, I mean, Booth was terrible. They wanted to target Booth immediately, and they did it, and they succeeded. And so Evans played very strongly against Buffalo. I know we covered the prior game; he did well too. So hopefully our cornerbacks will look a little better. For me, long story short, it's not the end of the world. We still have the second best record in the NFC. We had one bad game. Whoop-de-doo. We can hopefully figure it out. KOC needs to figure out how to block a little better for his offensive line because I think New England has the second best pass rushing after Dallas. So, yeah, he's got to scheme that. But their offense isn't near as good as Dallas. So, hopefully, we can figure it out and get back on the winning track. I said before these 4 games, if we go 2-2, I'll be happy with it. We're 1-1. Stole one out of Buffalo. They said if we go 2-2, I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, this was not the game that you want to have 3 days rest and to prep for your next game.
No,
That's
I
terrible.
think
Hold on. I just want to make sure so we were consistent. Last week, the win versus Buffalo, that was a squeak out victory, right?
No,
Absolute-
total
that was-
domination.
Yeah. No, that was he's getting like a little schoolgirl over there. Yeah,
I need to figure out what the squeak by. Is it the 3-point? Is there? I think we
Brian-
need that to be our next project.
I think
domination, where it is.
I think that was an edged them out victory.
Ooh, okay.
Mhm.
That was the definition of a squeak by victory with a horseshoe, lucky horseshoe up your ass. That was exactly
Okay.
what that was.
Maybe that'll be my first blog. Is where dominated and ass kicking a squeak by. We're going to figure this out.
Where we draw the line,
Yeah.
we need to know.
Anything
right,
else
well-
on this terrible game?
Yeah.
the Vikings do not have anybody that will get our running backs for some reason.
Yeah, we take that game, take the tape, light it on fire,
Burn it.
throw it in the dumpster. We're over it. We're done.
Never happened.
So now we can go on. Justin Fields here is the next bullet point. So the Bears lose to the Falcons 27-24. Justin Fields did get hurt in this game, but I heard that he had an MRI or something this morning, and it's a lot better than they thought. Like they thought he might be done for the season. Yeah, I don't know if there must not have been any structural damage or anything, but they're pretty positive about it.
Said he's day to day.
I just traded for him.
Yeah, you could tell like he just wasn't, especially in that second half. He was not being.
How can you tell? Because he just runs the whole time.
Yeah, he was not running the way he normally was.
Man, did you see the bombs he was throwing in the first half? I don't know. I need to have a bone to pick with whoever makes up this agenda because we've got 6 big bullet points for KC and Minnesota, and we just forget that there's a Falcons fan on this damn show. Like,
so
it was an actual game I could watch, and it was awesome.
Next bullet point: Bills back in the win column.
I would like to state, Joey, that whenever I opened this agenda, there was one bullet point for the Chiefs and it said that they squeaked out a victory. I added the rest. Oh, and that Patrick Mahomes is going to be the MVP. That was on there too. So.
I did put that. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is definitely the front runner at this point. But Joey, so here's living in South Dakota. Even though we have Dish, of course, football's on the local networks. We only had one game, and that was New England and the Jets. Worst game of the season by far.
Hey, that was the Big Ten game of the week #1. There was another one this week.
You only needed to watch the last 15 seconds of that game.
Yeah, that punt return was amazing.
So I saw nothing about the Falcons. I figured, put this down and let it go. Because all I hear about is how amazing Justin Fields is and how he's the next great weapon and blah blah blah. I don't hear anything about the Falcons other than I saw Cordero broke the record.
Yep, dude has 9 kickoff return touchdowns. So that's the new record. I was surprised at who the old person that held that was. Josh Cribbs, like. That's crazy to me. I mean, I knew he was good, but Hester, his touchdowns are punt returns and kick returns, so that's why it wasn't him. But yeah, biggest takeaway of this game: Justin Fields is amazing. Is going to be the next big thing in the NFL. The quarterback position is going to be revolutionized once again by Justin Fields. He is the shit. No, he actually looked really fucking good in the first half, and like he had very good touch on all of his passes. The first 2 touchdowns he threw were very, very good, and then he's just really, really fast. He takes so many hits, though. So many hits. There's a reason why he got hurt. The Falcons don't have the best defense in the world, but that defensive line with Grady Jarrett anchoring everything is very good. That's where he got all of his hits from, and just trying to run up the middle on those guys it's a bad idea. You're in for a bad time. You're gonna have a bad time, as they say on South Park.
Yeah.
But the rest of the game, I was surprised Mariota held his composure at the very end. He looked like a veteran starting quarterback, which was surprising because there's been times during the season, even during this game, where he didn't. So he looked good, held his composure down the end, and it was a good game. Good win for the Falcons. I'm off the let's tank train because I think no matter what they did now, the Texans are going to get the number 1 pick. But I don't know. Let's go for the playoffs. What's the worst that's going to happen? We're going to get second in the division and don't make the playoffs?
And Kyle Pitts, big injury there, out for the season tour or MCL, I think.
ACL,
yep.
I thought his was the MCL.
MCL.
And then Hooker's was the ACL, I think. I could be wrong.
Either way,
just so
he's out for the season.
Joey, just so you know, Atlanta is officially 15th in the draft order right now.
Perfect. That's right where they don't need to be.
Just far enough so you don't get the best corner or wide receiver or quarterback. I mean, you can get the 3rd best wide receiver at that point.
You know what we can take is the going to be first starting white cornerback in the league since Jason Sehorn and Riley Moss.
Ooh.
Take that at 15.
Okay, yeah, you draft him right away.
You can always find the best quarterback at the last pick in the draft, Brian. It doesn't have to be within the top 13.
That's right. And he's sitting on the bench right now in this game.
That's right.
Get Purdy in the game on Monday night. Come on.
Yeah,
I was waiting for it.
Purdy,
I
sure.
was actually thinking of Thomas Brady, but whatever. So,
who? Never heard of her.
Hell, even Mahomes.
He was taking it number 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
After he lost by 56 to the 3-9 Cyclones, right, Bryant?
Yeah, Cyclones. All day. I never lose faith in them. I love them so much.
Yes. We'll probably hit that more tomorrow on the college football pod.
Hey,
but Joey, you got anything else to add on the Falcons there?
No, man. I was impressed at the way they held together at the end. I didn't let the lead slip. That's a new thing for me being a Falcons fan. So
they squeaked by a victory too, there, Joey.
They did squeak a victory. This one, I think, was more they held on by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next bullet point here, we got the Bills are back in the win column, beating the Browns 31-23 in Detroit. Bills should have just stayed in Detroit. I think they flew back to Buffalo.
Why?
They play in Detroit on Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no practice fields in Detroit. Come on.
Yeah, they probably got to put another circus on the field or something.
Yeah, but there's none in Buffalo right now either because there's 6 feet of snow on all of them.
Yeah. That time lapse was pretty sick of them tearing down that circus and then putting the football field down. That's pretty cool.
I would want to be in Buffalo this week for the epic snowball fights. Don't know about anybody else, but that's where I would want to be.
I love winter and love the snow. So, I mean, that's the main reason I moved back to South Dakota. It was not enough snow in Kansas.
It just blows away.
Yes.
Right.
But yeah,
as far as the Bills not going back, I would almost think it would cost less money to just buy some property in Detroit and do some practice on some abandoned lots out there. I mean, I think that would be cheaper and easier than flying out to Buffalo, literally dig through 6 foot of snow to get your car. I mean, just stay in Detroit for the week. Makes no sense.
And then
Yep.
you get to eat that Detroit style pizza that I see Pizza Hut pimping out there. So yeah,
These people have families that they want to go home and be with. Come on.
family.
Not all
Family.
bachelors. I know you
Did you
two in the
see-
middle ain't thinking about that, but
I'm the one that originally said it.
families.
After the game in their speech, Josh Allen, I don't know if you guys saw that. So I thought it was kind of cool that he said, go back home, find those people that dug you out, do something nice for them, buy them something nice. Like, because just a bunch of random fans came and dug all these players out of their driveways and stuff. So that was kind of cool of Josh Allen to say that and telling his team to do something nice for those people who live around Buffalo.
That's why the media loves him. You don't hear people like Patrick Mahomes saying nice stuff like that.
Get out of here. Jeez.
It was very JJ Wattish of him, and I didn't care for it.
But again, I predicted earlier in the year, this is why I picked Josh Allen to be MVP. Because all of his stats stink out loud compared to Mahomes. But shovel out your neighbors. See, I'm just the good guy over here.
Sometimes being a good citizen is more important than being a good football player.
Yeah,
Being
that's what the
a
MVP
good
for.
guy, like that's what you got against him now, Bryant? Dang.
Hey, like I said, how could I have anything against him? I chose him to be the league MVP. I'm just also pointing out his stats are awful to Mahomes. That's it.
That's it.
That's all I'm
That is
saying.
it.
Stinks out
Okay.
loud. No, just,
All right.
he always does that brown nose shit. Like,
We have
there's always
to-
a camera that happens to catch him doing an autograph after the game every single time.
Which one of you sent the deal about Aaron Rodgers staring at cameras like Jim from The Office?
Not me.
Well, I heard The Office, and I didn't know that. That's awesome.
He
it
always
Chad?
knows where the camera's at. Like, he just looks right at it.
Was it you
Every
that
time.
sent it, or was it Chad that sent it to Trent and I?
Wasn't me.
I didn't send it, but I saw it. I did not send it.
I will do my best to find it.
Oh,
Moving
Ryan.
on.
while Ryan's looking that up, the Ravens, this game was a giant turd. The
Big Ten
Ravens,
game of the week number 2.
yeah, in Carolina, 13-3. Now, this was 3-3 for most of the game.
Right.
I'm not gonna name names, Trent. Who took the over in this? Might be my worst bet that I have placed all year.
What was the over-under set at?
Like 40,
41?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I mean,
41.
Low 40s. I thought that was a lock, dude. Really?
yeah,
hell
I
yeah.
mean,
Took the
considering
under.
how much we've seen Lamar, this is a Lamar contract year, and he's supposed to be balling out, and he just kind of 50-50. You're gonna get Superman Lamar, or you're gonna get this game where he just kind of meanders and does his thing, you know?
Yeah. Well, we definitely got that.
Donta Foreman had been a force like the past 3 weeks. Didn't do crap in this game. Like, I don't know.
All right. Did you get it?
Right chair.
Blow that up. Blow that up. I can't see it.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You're saying
Can
Yeah.
you believe
F1
this shit I deal with?
7.
So for the crowd that's listening on the podcast, we have Aaron Rodgers blatantly pulling a Jim Halpert and just staring at the camera while he's, I don't know, snapping the
He just
ball,
knows.
walking out the field, everything.
He's doing that like half smile to the camera. Just yeah, I don't get him. He looks sad. I feel bad for Aaron Rodgers.
No,
Especially
you
if he gets
don't.
weapons around him.
I don't. Never will.
Yeah,
Doesn't
don't feel bad.
Deserve it.
Exactly. I
He's
saw a deal
cost
today
me so
that
much
they're like, oh,
pain.
it costs all. If it weren't for him, Patrick Mahomes might have two more very important MVPs because that stuff matters and gets you
Mhm.
Super Bowl victory.
Absolutely. He's got one of those too.
Jeez.
A long time ago, I saw a trade proposal where they swap Aaron Rodgers for Derek Carr so Rodgers can play with Devontae.
If you're the Raiders, let's just be limited. If you're the Raiders, do you take that for you get 2 to 3 years of Aaron Rodgers? Derek Carr is not the guy. Derek Carr is not the guy.
If I were the Raiders, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Why not? You
Yeah.
can get some value for Derek Carr. I'm sure you can get Rodgers and something else. You know you're only going to have him for a limited amount of time. Draft your next QB at that point and have 3 years of development with a nice big brother like Aaron Rodgers that could bring him under his wing, coach him up.
He loves that.
Yeah, big family guy.
Such a good job of that right now.
Don't forget about all the coaching staff bending to every will and whim of Aaron Rodgers down there in Las Vegas. That's a necessity.
Yeah, but you think Bulk McGee will put up with that?
No.
I will
exactly
say, I don't. I heard. I mean, he's too poor to fire Josh McGee.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah, they don't have enough money.
That's just a story. The NFL is a cash machine. They have it all. They can pay for anything, anytime they want.
That is the craziest thing to me.
They're just making an excuse because they want to give McDaniels more time.
He needs real.
Now they're going down to Caesars down the strip and throwing it all on black and red's hitting every time, so they don't have any money anymore.
Well,
They
the
paying
Raiders,
$700 for those sports clip haircuts.
I believe Josh McDaniel with the Raiders, when he was cheating with the Broncos and videotaping practices, he was 6-0 in those games. And then since he's been caught,
all time.
Since he's been caught not filming anymore now, he's only won 8 games since, including this last weekend. 8-24, I believe. So just need to give him a little bit more time to implement his cameras. I mean system. Sorry.
The problem with that whole thing is there is no way anybody can take on Rodgers' contract. I just don't see how that happens.
Better have some cap room.
If teams
The
are
Raiders
desperate
would have
enough,
to give Barr, and they'd have to give up. Who's the player they just signed on? Chandler. They'd have to give up his monster contract.
Yeah.
They'd probably have to give up Devontae Adams.
God, they should. They should give Devontae back.
Yeah, he's part of the trade back to Green Bay.
The truth is, I just don't want to play with Aaron anymore. I just want to play with Derek. So
different
is
system.
that a Kittle touchdown? George Kittle touchdown.
Kittle.
Oh, I might have to put another tally on the board, I guess, huh?
You are.
You should have had to put one up for Hawkinson, but he dropped one right in his hands in the end zone.
Still has no touchdowns with those old purple jerseys. So
terrible
Oh my
drop.
God.
First drive should have been a TD. Is right in his hands. Right in his hands.
The first drive, right before
the very first
lost.
drive. No, second drive. We fumbled the first drive. That's right. Yep.
Games we've lost have been because
Yeah, Irv Smith in Philadelphia. That's
Joey, what Kittle touchdown are you talking about?
Oh, the second quarter. They just showed the highlight.
Oh.
I thought it just happened.
I thought
like
it was
watching
live, man.
Yeah.
I did too.
I
Sorry,
looked at
guys.
my screen.
Well,
Joey getting a little overexcited over old news.
The cable in Missouri is about 35 minutes behind.
no, I'm up to speed with the game.
just wait till he sees that halftime show. He's gonna be so ecstatic.
It's going to make sense what I just said. It's going to make sense now. All right. Well,
Dolphins
now
don't
This game sucked. Next game.
Yeah.
This game sucked.
yeah, the Lions they are now second in the NFC North because they beat the Giants and the Packers lost. Hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
Chucky darn.
As we all predicted, the Vikings are first at 8-2, and the Lions are
Lions
second
are
in the
second.
NFC North. We all predicted that.
We're all predicted to that.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's nobody
So-
that predicted the Vikings to get 8 total wins in a season, let alone 11 weeks through the season.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Honest-
So Dan Campbell's finally starting to get some wins.
On the road too. He's been one
Yep.
total in his career.
Yep. And the Giants, what were they, 7-2 coming into this game?
7-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, good road win.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did see somebody tweeted about it was like they had a picture of their TV from Red Zone, and it was the Lions and the Giants, and it was a double box, and then it was the Bills and the Browns on the Lions field right next to it, and like this is really confusing.
I mean, the Lions the
I
whole
would-
game.
Yeah,
I mean, I was surprised by this game because it seemed like Detroit had been struggling, and the New York Giants had been dominant defensively. Like they'd been keeping everybody under 20 and then scoring a little over 20 themselves most of the season. So I was surprised by this one.
I'm gonna keep looking at the Lions team totals now because that wasn't even close.
Well, they squeaked by the 45 over under, but I mean, and that's just I don't know. Are the Lions going to be legit by the end of the year?
Jared goofball, no
Uh,
chance.
they'll lose this week to the Bills, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I mean,
They'll probably. I would assume they'll lose the second game to the Packers.
is that home or away?
I think it's in
the
Detroit.
Packers.
Sorry, I cut out. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, you kind of froze there and cut for a second, Ryan.
It's that South Dakota internet.
West River, East River's fine.
We're just lucky to have internet. I'm not lying to you. People from big cities still think we live by candlelight and all that. It's crazy.
So in 2020, Ryan built a house in Sturgis, first house with a flushable toilet.
Yeah. Pretty big deal. Pretty
Where's
big
the
deal.
outhouse?
I actually have it set up as a museum for the rally. Make a lot of money off of that.
Yeah, bikers pay good money to come take a crap on that thing.
We don't let them take a crap. We let them just look at it. We don't want them
Okay.
to, we don't want those big biker butts on the toilet there.
He charges them $5 to look at the inside toilet, $10 to actually flush it. So just look at it. Just look at it.
All right. Well, moving on. Jets and the Patriots.
hey, did the Giants suck? Are they more overrated than the Vikings? Because the Vikings season is like over, from what I
Dan-
understand. But
Daniel
Giants
Jones
are
is
terrible.
Vanilla Vic, are you talking about Vanilla Vic?
Mhm.
back on that team after that game.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
and Saquon, I mean, what do you have, like 1 or 2 fantasy points in our league? Like, didn't do
Yep.
Two.
anything.
He had 22
Two,
yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
10 carries for
I mean,
22 yards.
in the article you
Well, his
guys
average
were
was good.
hearing earlier this week about with the Vikings, the worst 8-1 team, and you guys were mad. One of the big stats that they brought up, like it against the Vikings, was their point differential. I'm looking at the Giants right now. They've scored 205 points and they've allowed 204 points. I mean, they're literally right on the teetering of 500 there, and they're catching the right breaks at the right times.
Hey, Bryant,
Just got a Brandon
Def-
Ayuk.
defense wins championships.
Okay, but I'm just
So-
saying they're barely outscoring them, and that was the biggest determinant against the Vikings in that argument. I mean, that's where it's like, how is this not about the Giants? Because they've only scored one more point, and they're squeaking by on these, single-digit victories.
Because
the
New York
Vikings have now given up more points. They're -2 point differential this year.
Yes.
I was just gonna say, I thought they were.
They're -2. Well,
But no,
we lost by 37.
the Giants should be talking how if we're talking about fraudulent teams.
Yeah, and the Vikings need to do the same thing as the Giants and score more points, basically, and that is the biggest argument. And yeah, losing like we just did not help that. But I don't know. I kind of questioned the Giants the whole time, but they've been winning. That's what matters. Like I mean, everyone's questioning the Vikings, so the same thing. We're winning, but I guess it'll be. We have the Giants in a few weeks, don't we?
I believe so.
So yeah, that'll be the battle of which one is the most fraudulent, I guess.
Oh, it's the Giants, 100%.
I think so too.
They're the Giants December 24th, Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's still
Good win.
it'll be a good win. We need that win. We could have the division wrapped up by then.
Well, we could have had the division wrapped
We could
up Thursday.
What's taking you so long, slowpokes?
Getting beat by 37. That's what's taking so long. One small minor detail. Well, okay, so now we'll head over to the Jets and the Patriots. Again, this game was 3-3 for the longest time until the Jets punter just kicked the thing out of bounds. But Patriots returned that punt for a touchdown with 5 seconds left on the clock to win 10-3. I believe I had the over in this game too.
Same. We were close.
Rough. But yeah, they said that punt was just a spiral, low, no hang time. I mean, when he fielded that punt, there was nobody around him, and that wasn't good.
Kirk would push that guy if his punters did that.
Oh yeah, but then his punter doesn't even make the fucking semifinalists for the Luke Groza Award. Bullshit. This is the most egregious stat I've heard in my fucking lifetime. That is such goddamn bullshit. Torrey Taylor should win that goddamn award, not even be on the semifinal list. Screw that shit.
Hey, bring that tomorrow evening, Joey.
It's in the agenda already, man. I am so pissed about that.
Those awards have nothing to do with stats. I don't care. Like the right player never wins those things.
He has the most punts inside the 20 in the nation and double the next two guys for inside the 10 and inside the 5. You can't fucking tell me that doesn't help that defense.
Is that important for a punter or something?
Yes.
It's like when Joel Lanning was a senior, like he was up for, I don't even know what it's like, the most versatile player. The dude played linebacker and quarterback.
Yeah.
And he didn't even become a finalist. Those awards, they're terrible.
Yes. But at least most of the time, the kicking awards seem fair. We'll get into that tomorrow night.
Tune in tomorrow to hear how Joey really feels about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might be a very Joey-centric podcast between that and playing Nebraska this weekend. So,
well, that's enough of that.
This game sucked.
Yeah,
like,
Jets
it sucked for 59 minutes and 45 seconds.
Hold on, real quick before we move on from that. I was going to say the biggest thing that came from that game was Zach Wilson's quotes after the game when they asked, "Do you feel that you failed the defense with how you played the game?" And just says no. How? Who else takes that responsibility?
I didn't see that.
The offense inches per play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
2.77 inches per play in the second half. Not on the quarterback, though.
A higher.
Do you think they would have
yard than Kirk Cousins?
Really? That's bad. That's really bad.
I just looked.
So wouldn't Joe Flacco be better? Like, why not play Flacco? He didn't play bad beginning of the season, I don't think.
Oh, Robert Saleh, Wilson.
The funny thing is, I've seen his name ahead of KOC's for Coach of the Year. Like KOC is not getting talked about at all for Coach of the Year, but yeah, I've heard Robert's name ahead of him.
Oh, he's 6-1.
So who would it be right now? There's Coach Cock.
Got to be Sirianni. It has to be Sirianni.
Yeah, for the Jets, I think Jets and the Giants because they got to
For
make
the
sure
Eagles.
it's team.
Sirianni's the Eagles.
Oh, I'm getting him mixed up with Salah. That's my bad.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll take Jeff Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is Andy Reid not at the top of this list? Give me
Yeah,
a big
right.
red.
It's expected. I hate Coach of the Year and building a team that have been there a while that are
Yeah, I mean, Sirianni has taken a team that, I mean, I guess they won the Super Bowl with Peterson, but they kind of went through a little rebuild stage there with Hurts and stuff. So Reed's always got a great team. He's boring. Who cares? I mean, old news. Come on. Same thing with Belichick. Who cares? Old news.
I've noticed a lot more Chiefs negativity the last couple weeks, and I've been holding my tongue. But we get a few more comments about Andy Reid, and we can really let loose on that 40-3 game.
I literally have nothing against Andy Reid. It's just the way Sirianni has turned this around. That's why I would go with Sirianni.
Yeah.
I complimented Andy Reid like 2 weeks ago about how he's able to progress and become, go with newer offenses and stuff like that instead of playing 90s football like Zim did. So I have complimented him.
Oh, the compliment is he was better than Zimmer. Wow.
Way to translate that to how that makes you feel better.
I wouldn't be shocked if Atlanta's depending if they go on a run or not.
Yeah, true.
Because he's working with apps. Nobody thought Atlanta would be 5 and 6.
No, Joey thought they would have number one pick possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Joey also picked Miami to be his number one overall team, so watch out for Mike McDaniel.
They ain't bad though. They
Yeah,
I think
name could be up there too. I mean,
I think he should be disqualified for how he handled the Tua thing.
I would have to
How
agree.
Did he handle it or did the doctors? Because
he doesn't make any of those
he
decisions.
literally saw Tua walk around like a zombie, and then a week later go, "Oh, I don't see any problem with this. Let's get him on the field."
But if the team doctors are
He
telling
doesn't make
him,
that decision.
yeah,
He
if the
made
team
the
doctors are going
decision to play
going
and
to him,
what happened. Okay.
exactly.
He was told he's fine.
If the
The
team
doctor
doctors
makes that
tell
decision.
him
Mike McDaniel just plays the players that he's told he can play.
exactly, if the doctors say he's fine, Mike McDaniel puts the best players on the field. I'm behind McDaniel on this one. I think
That
Clark
sounds
and
like he's been smoking some strong weed every time
I
he's
was going
behind
to
the
say
mic.
that dude is the most mellow person ever. He's got to be.
Oh
high
yeah,
all the
he's
time.
a hilarious character.
I saw a clip, and it was the differences between how Tua was handled last year versus this year with coaching. I don't know if anybody else saw this clip.
Yeah,
I didn't.
It's Flores, and he's like, "All right, you'll get him next time, buddy." And Tua's like, "Okay." And then like another clip, and it's Flores again. He's like, "All right, you're just gonna get the next one, man." And turns around, walks away, and Tua's like, "Okay." And then it's like Mike McDaniel like sitting there with Tua, like, "Hey, what do you think about this play?" And they're like just having a conversation and like taking Tua's input, not being like, "All right, you'll get him next time, Tiger," and like walking away.
We're going to keep forcing this play even though it's not working. You're going to get it next time compared to, what playing to your quarterback's strengths. Why would you want to do that in the NFL or any level,
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. The Commanders, they beat Houston. God, Houston's so bad. 23-10.
Commanders.
What's that?
They should have. Texans just suck so bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did we all have the Commanders covering this? I think we probably did. And it says on here, it's the easiest cover.
I think so.
I think
Very true.
Sorry, I'm pulling it up right now. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty sure I heard in an interview Heineke, he's got the starts the rest of the year, and when they ask why, he goes, he wins. That's what Ron Rivera said. I mean, how do you argue against the quarterback that it might not be the most flashy, but you're getting the most important stat, and that's a win and adding one to the W column.
Hey, Coach, why do you think your team's been having some success lately? Quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, a few weeks ago when he switches quarterbacks, and now all of a sudden they're winning now. So
why do you think you're having success? Because Carson Wentz isn't playing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see the Damian Pierce get super the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of the defensive back up arm and just kind of shoot, and they didn't call anything for it.
Really?
I saw.
I saw that too.
Didn't that happen in like one of the Kansas City games too, where someone like suplexed one of your guys' players, and we're just gonna go.
Oh no, Travis Kelce got power bombed by Derwin James. It's completely
That's right.
different.
Yeah.
That's right.
Two different
That's right.
moves.
That's right. But either way, I was kind of like, oh, that doesn't seem like a football move right there.
So, yeah, you can't flip somebody over backwards in a suplex. So there is a rule against that. But
They did not
Look,
call.
technically can't even do that in wrestling.
Look
in
clean.
Greco-Roman.
It was a clean suplex.
It's a clean suplex. It's fine.
This is completely off subject, but I'm just seeing this live here. Joey, how do you feel about the Atlanta Falcons signing Will Compton?
Sure. It doesn't mean much. It's not going to hurt them. He's a great locker room guy, but I mean, if you listen to, pardon my take, he eats all the food and just yells at people, which is fine.
Mm. Yeah. And busting with the boys, but you shouldn't listen. You just listen to Pulse Heartland. You get all the same type of content.
We'll tell you what he says.
We'll listen to Barstool and tell you what he said in Barstool.
There you go.
The next bullet point: the Rams suck. I'm not even going to read the rest of it. I just like that part. Yep. They lose to the Saints. Stafford goes out with another concussion, his second in 3 games. Can't even beat the Saints with, what do they have, like 4 quarterbacks playing now?
Andy Dalton looked.
Andy Dalton, Taysom Hill.
When's Jameis going to get his shot? Because it can't be any worse.
That was my next question. Why aren't they playing Jameis? Is he back from injury yet?
Yeah,
he is.
And he's upset. He's upset that he's not playing, and he pointed out, I lost my job because I was injured, and you're not supposed to be losing your job that way. Which I can see it on both sides, but at the same time, the guy that's replacing him isn't playing worth a crap.
Yeah, that's where what are you going to lose at that point?
Yeah.
This week, I think Dalton's going to stay 21 for 25, 216. But other than this week, he's so thought of. It's time for a rebuild, and the Saints.
Yeah, Sean Payton knew when to leave. That's for sure.
They were spoiled forever with Drew Brees, like a solid quarterback that was solid for a good decade.
Mm-hmm. And Sean Payton
and Bountygate
too.
And Sean Payton and Bountygate.
Bountygate.
They deserve this.
Yeah, they deserve that. The Minneapolis Miracle, the push off, the walk off with Rudolph pushing off, all of that, everything. In every postseason, they find a way to lose, and every postseason they want a new rule to help them win.
Oh.
All right. Well, the Eagles, Jeff Saturday, they beat the Colts 17-16. Jeff Saturday almost starts 2-0 in his head coaching career. But yeah, I think the Eagles, I think Washington exposed the Eagles. Like, they put together a game plan that can beat them, and now teams have film on that.
I think Houston kind of cracked the code on them.
Sanders
Houston,
kind of perfected it.
Well, a few weeks ago, Houston played them tough. A few weeks ago.
that's
Mhm.
true. And then they got beat by Washington.
Yeah,
Right.
Washington
Yeah, so
was
I
just
think-
good enough to execute.
Yeah, Houston doesn't have the players to do that. But yeah, and the Colts almost did the same thing. So I think there's enough film to figure it out. But this, Bryant, would be the definition of a squeak by victory.
Oh, the 1 point here. Yeah.
Yeah.
My fantasy
So-
team's sake, I'm glad John.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
There's the George Kittle touchdown. If no one else is going to celebrate anything, hell yes. 32-yard touchdown reception.
I was waiting
That
to see
one's
if he went
live.
out of bounds because the official was pointing at the
Dang
sideline before he
it.
called touchdown. So
No.
Jimmy
no,
G's got
I
4
saw it.
touchdowns.
hmm
Wow.
Get him out of there. He's
He's getting
garbage.
replayed.
No,
Purdy
He's
had-
here.
49ers looking like the best team in the NFC.
It's because I have them as my teaser of the week. Was not a good idea, I guess.
yeah.
What did you have them as?
Quarterback.
I had under 49 with Arizona plus 14.
Oh.
I had the Cardinals
Yeah.
at +8. Looking good.
yeah, same here.
Looking
I've
good.
already marked it as a lost Trent. That's how.
Thanks. Thanks.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm mine.
I
Well, you
also
can probably
took
mark
the under.
Mine too.
The under is still alive, right?
Oh,
No, it's
43 and a
dead.
half.
Never mind, it's dead. It's
No,
done.
it's 43. I was shot dead on that play.
Did we?
Yeah.
What we all lost on this game? God, we're good at this.
Yeah.
People need.
I could have
we do.
swore.
Nice.
I'll okay. Bad on my part. I could have swore Colt McCoy was better than Kyler Murray. My bad, guys.
Well, who's to say?
Everybody-
I mean, they could be doing worse right now.
I was expecting more defense from Arizona. Like they've been getting healthy, and their defense is supposed to be good. I was expecting more out of them.
Mm.
Yep. Kyler Murray out there
Well-
playing defense.
I think Kyler's not hurt again. Kyler just had to. I'm sure he's completely.
Is it double XP yet? Is he grinding Warzone? What's happening?
I'm sure it's Warzone. That's new Warzone.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was first week, wasn't it?
Bilateral thumb injuries. I called it, man.
Yeah.
Dylan,
Oh,
that's a big theme on this podcast, Dylan, is that he is sitting out because of Warzone and sucks because of Warzone.
I agree with it wholeheartedly. Unless he comes to the Vikings, like there's a room.
Oh,
I hope he forget. I hope.
He'd be a big upgrade over Kirk.
no,
No.
he can move more. That's it.
Yeah, I feel like Kirk couldn't be any slower when he's getting chased by Micah Parsons and has no clue, like not looking in the rear view mirror, seeing this thing chasing you down.
Dude. My
Okay.
You see,
grandmother
you
runs
see
fast.
how much time he had to get away.
Yeah, a lot. And I feel like at some point the
No.
clock has to be like, I'm dead. Like they have Micah
I'm
Parsons.
dead.
I've had way too much
We-
time.
We
dead.
watched a different game because once the ball snapped, he was in the backfield already.
Ugh.
Yeah. Mike Vick couldn't have got away from that rush last time.
Oh, shut your mouth. Mike
Patrick
Vick has never been
Mahomes
touched.
had gotten away from that rush. Lamar Jackson or Lamar Odom even couldn't get away.
Even more importantly,
Lamar
Justin Fields couldn't.
You know who could?
Who
Patrick Mahomes, because he's always a tenth of a second faster than whoever's chasing him.
Is that right?
Just enough.
Always.
All right. Well, let's go back to the AFC West here. The Broncos lose to Vegas. Danger Russ still isn't dangerous at all.
That's right.
Devon. Yeah, let's
That's right.
ride.
Is the greatest story of the season Subway signing him and then abandoning
Yeah.
all of his commercials?
Yeah.
Broncos suck. Cut the sandwich. We're done. He's
And then
not
they
worthy of a Subway sandwich.
Sandwich
And
sucked anyways.
And then they have Clint Kubiak take over the play calling, which Clint, I don't know what to make of him when he was with Minnesota, but I'm glad Minnesota doesn't still have him.
Yeah.
So Hackett gave all like game management decisions to somebody else, so he's not worried about if he needs to call timeout. Somebody's telling him to make these decisions, and then he gave up his offensive play calling now to somebody. Is Hackett doing anything?
Is he really a coach?
I feel like if anything, you would give up play calling and maintain the game management decisions as far as timeouts and stuff. But he was getting criticized for that so early that he brought somebody in to help make those decisions.
The Seahawks game is show
that was game 1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Or is
either
game 1 of the season? Yeah.
What was he doing in Green Bay? If he was offensive coordinator in Green Bay and was just highly sought after, I think he was the first person hired to a coaching.
Was he calling plays or is LaFleur call plays?
That's a great question.
Aaron Rodgers calls plays. What are we talking about? Nobody.
Yeah, I don't think Aaron Rodgers goes by what the plays are called. I think he kind of does his own thing.
What? I'm not picking up Ryan. All right, we're gonna throw this one. Where's Devontae?
There's been a lot of talk about this year, actually, where LaFleur is trying to run it more because Aaron Jones is solid, but there's been a lot of talk that Rodgers is calling audibles and making them into passes, which not a great idea by Rodgers this season.
So since we're talking about the Broncos and audibles, did anybody else see the thing that at the line when Russ audibles, he's calling the Seahawks audibles and his receivers don't know what the hell to do?
Right.
Yeah.
In regards to the audibles, though, I get it if Rodgers is audibling 2 pass plays if the defense is showing 9 in the box to stop the run. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to just keep hammering it into 9 in the box. So I get it if he's audibling out of that, but
it sounds like he is audibling out of a lot. Now, maybe it is that situation, but I don't think there's been anything dangerous enough for Green Bay to have that type of situation. They don't have a Adrian Peterson or a Derrick Henry or anything like that.
You're just hating on all the Christian. Is it Christian Watson? Fantasy owners out there, you just hating on him.
Best wide receiver in the NFC North. You dropped him
just because I don't have any Packers player. No Packers. If they're good, I just refuse to have them on my team. I do have Jamal Williams. He's getting touchdowns. So
all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Let's move along to the Bengals.
Denver sucks too.
Yes, Denver sucks too.
Final game on our slate.
The Bengals beat Pittsburgh 37-30. I didn't see this game being as high scoring as it was. I didn't take the under on this, but I didn't see 67 points. That's a lot for these two teams.
Yeah, I'm really shocked considering the Steelers. I know I'm honestly shocked with no Jamar Chase and with TJ Watt coming back to create pressure that the Bengals are still able to push out 37 points. So I would say I don't know.
One second, Dylan's taking off here, so thanks for coming on, Dylan.
Next time I'm on here, I can fix the audio delay.
We'll get it figured out.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out. It took us a long time. Yeah, it took us a long time for us to not have audio issues every single time.
And we still suck at it, so we still do.
We'll ship our IT guy down to Tennessee. We'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
That works for me.
All right.
Yeah, I'm actually driving through there a week from Monday if you need me to stop. So.
All right. See you, bud.
See ya.
But yeah, I mean, with going back to the Steelers game here, I wouldn't say I don't know what the Steelers need to do to get themselves turned around. I would say I had them covering. I thought they were going to do pretty decent considering they were getting a little healthier, but I wouldn't say it looks like the Bengals just, throttled them second half. They scored 20 second half points, so
So
what is,
I
Sorry,
feel like
bro.
this game, Bengals Pittsburgh, that was a game that happened in week 1 or 2 because I had a parlay that needed Jamar Chase to score and then for Cincinnati to win, and they didn't because they got their extra point blocked. Anyways, that game scored a shit ton of points. It hit the over, and so I was playing the over in this one as well. I'm like, it's just another repeat, baby. We're going.
nice.
Sorry, my big celebration there was Brock Purdy went to hand the ball off and turned the wrong way. And then,
Or did the running back run the wrong way? It fooled the defense so good that Purdy
But then-
almost ran for a first down.
I was saying, then the motherfucker ran for 9 yards, and I feel like an asshole now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
whatever.
That play was doomed from the get-go, and Purdy made something out of nothing.
Yeah,
4th and
wow.
1, they're gonna punt.
Yeah, what a terrible play he did, making something out of nothing, man. That's
Sucks.
fucking.
It was nothing because he turned the wrong way.
Just
Make-
or did the running back go the wrong way?
He turned the wrong way.
Brock Purdy made something nothing and then nothing into something. Huh?
Just all in his plan. Just think how much they'd be winning if he started the game.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
At least 2 more touchdowns.
At least.
So I'm surprised nobody commented on the little secondary note down here for Bengals.
I did
and
see-
Steelers.
That's what
Kitty's
That's what I was laughing at.
scratchy.
that's what I was laughing about.
Where's Darticus Particus at?
He just ripped out my freaking shoulder. I don't know
Kitty
if you said it.
Scratchy.
Kitty's
Yeah.
scratchy.
He's been nothing but like clingy all weekend. I'm sick of him.
You're finally home.
Load him up
know.
on some catnip, man.
I too. That's a good call.
So,
Him and Al both get.
He's probably
High
jonesing.
but I think officially though, there's some teams that it takes a while for them to lose their trust in them. I think I finally lost my trust in the Steelers because I always think Tomlin can pull no matter what player comes out, whether it was Roethlisberger when he was bad or other players that aren't supposed to be the top tier guys and he makes them better. I think I finally lost my confidence in the Steelers being able to cover anymore. I think I got to do over-unders in their games because I don't know what am I going to get the Steelers that score 30 points here or the 13 points versus like the Patriots a couple weeks ago. They're so inconsistent, man.
Are they still starting the rookie quarterback?
Pickett?
Pickett,
Pickett?
yes.
Yes.
He's still starting for them? Okay.
Pickett to Pickens is a great combo.
So
Scored
I'm
30 points.
I'm pulling up their stats really quick here if I can find it. Let's see. Yeah, Pickett, he was 25 for 42, 265 yards, a touchdown. I mean, they just, like I said, I really don't know what to do with them. I would say because like this a couple weeks ago they scored 20 points, then they only scored 13. The Eagles 10 versus Miami in a 16-10 loss. There's a lot of defense. Then they're putting up 30 versus the Bengals. It's just I can't get a read on them at all.
And giving up 37, and they gave up 16 in one of those games. It's you don't know what you're getting from the defense either. And now the defense is healthy, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
TJ Watt is back.
Yeah.
I do want to make a comment about this being the uniform matchup of the week. Those white Bengals uniforms with those alternate Steelers uniforms that they stole from the Iowa Hawkeyes, who stole the Iowa normal things from the Steelers. So, yeah,
How
Do
dare
they
they?
got a pink locker room too?
maybe, probably. But you
Yeah.
you can't tell me these didn't look like the 2015 Minnesota game uniforms. They looked exactly like it. So, which is fine because Hayden stole the color scheme from the Pittsburgh Steelers. We can share. It's fine. But yeah, those uniforms were badass going up against those all-white Bengals uniforms.
I didn't see it. All I saw was my bet lost. So
All right. Everyone else should get red zone next year. So I'm not the only one.
Red zone every week, Joey.
yeah, I have red zone. I was just traveling back from a wedding, but and also at an
No
Iowa State game, watching the Cyclones dominate Milwaukee.
No excuses.
7 hours of commercial-free football starts now. Yeah, see, I know. I've seen that. No pee breaks for that guy either. Do you follow him on Twitter?
Yeah.
He never
Chris
goes pee.
Hansen.
Got a catheter on or what?
No, he doesn't hydrate that morning and goes right before he goes on air.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just eats a block of Spam right before he goes on air. That will
That's
dehydrate
so-
the shit out of you.
Yeah, but then he's got to take a shit halfway through.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you eat a block of Spam. You can't produce any saliva at that point.
I'm telling you, he says.
I'm just
I
saying, try and
know
argue
from
against me.
experience.
I'm a man of experience in that. Multiple blocks of Spam, multiple times I was chugging water afterwards.
A little thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we kind of made it through the NFL here. We got time for a movie minute? I think we do.
Jump on it.
Clark, it looks like you're up here for Andor.
Yeah, apparently I'm the only one who's been watching not NFL lately.
I watched
Battered.
it. Yeah.
So Cassian is out of prison and he's trying to find his way, get back to his loved ones, his mom, everybody. I love that first scene where they're like hanging from the cliff and everything, and we're gonna go steal his ship, and then they get caught. Like, I loved it. It was great to me. I feel like this episode had one of the best. Actually, I'm gonna save this part. The rest of the story, it's sad. Cassian goes on find out that his mom has now passed. Like, he's trying to pass messages back to her, and this guy's like, dude, I'm sorry. She's dead. Like, she died. So I'm kind of, yeah, they're kind of setting it up like they're going to be looking for Cassian at this funeral that's going to be taking place here on Ferrix. So I feel like that's going to be the finale, the big finale for this season, is him going to Ferrix and then there being a big confrontation there. But one of the greatest moments in the show yet in the spaceships happened in this episode. Luthen was being tractored in by this patrol starship, whatever. It's got the big round disc, tractor beams on it, and it's an arresting destroyer or something like that. It had a name. I can't remember. But it looked sweet. It looked crazy. Had the satellite dishes on it. I bet they got great DirecTV reception on that thing. But so they roll up on Luthen and they get him in the tractor beam. Like, we're going to bring him in. We're going to arrest him. And Luthen's kind of the guy that's like orchestrating this whole rebellion right now. Like, he's the one moving the pieces and helping get it going. And he's about to be arrested. But turns out this dude has been laying some massive upgrades in his ship. It was amazing what he did. He had some particles released out of the cannons, and they go in and destroy the tractor beam, and then he whips it around, takes the offensive and shooting at this big destroyer and the TIE fighters that they let loose. And it was amazing. It was great. I loved it. Go watch that scene if nothing else.
I'm slowly been making my way through it. I would say, and I'm only 2 episodes in, but I would say I definitely, if you haven't been watching it through our riveting reviews and everything, I've been starting to really enjoy it. Like I said, I'm not as far as you are, obviously, but I'm hoping to catch up by. It's going to be the finale next week, right?
Yeah.
It should be episode 12.
Excellent. Yeah, so if not, if you're like me and you wait until the very last second, you can excuse me, wait until the very last second to catch up on this stuff. You're able to have enough time for it. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, we got Niner gang in here. Bang, bang. Niners up. I lost my bet, but it's Purdy time, so that's the most important.
time. Niner gang.
And, oddly enough, an Andor commercial is on TV right now. Oh, finale's Wednesday. There we go. So you have 1.5 days to stream the whole season if you want to catch up before the finale.
So next thing on here is anything else on Modern Warfare 2, you gamers?
Biggest thing right now is Warzone 2 just dropped. It's different. I enjoy it so far, but there's a lot more. They've added a lot more stuff to it. I mean, it's just like any battle royale. You can't see Ryan. You can't really. Uh, they're adding a lot more like AI stuff in there, so you can fight bots while you're also fighting real life people on server. Now, the biggest thing that I've enjoyed is proximity chat, which you have to be careful because, like, when you're in a normal party, you're just talking like this, the four people. But if we were talking like this in a building and someone was like 100 feet away from your building, they can hear you talking in the building as they approach. So there's been a lot of times, and there's a lot of online clips right now of people like sneaking up on others, and then they just go, "Got you, motherfucker!" and then they just kill you immediately, sneaking up on you and shit. So
Got you, motherfucker.
I've been called some slurs. It's kind of fun. It just everyone just going buck wild on there. It's like the old Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. As far as like the gameplay compared to the original Warzone, this one's a lot slower. You have to think a lot more tactfully, and you have to position yourself a lot better than being able to outplay or outgun someone, if you will. So, I mean, there's a lot of different mechanics that they've added into it, and I've really enjoyed it so far. I mean, it's a better map than Caldera was. And yeah, I mean, I've only been able to play about 10, 15 matches at very most. So it's all still very fresh, but it has been a blast so far.
Hell yeah.
Have you done any of it yet, Clark?
We've been trying out some of that DMZ,
Yes.
enjoying that game mode quite a bit. And dude, it has been giving me a ton of XP, like just loading up on it. Really love that fact. I have yet to be able to get out with the old M13B, the one of the weapons you have to get by killing the chemist and doing a specific thing, extracting with that gun. I have not pulled that off yet. I'm still working on that, but
we last Thursday after the college football stream, we played for about 2.5 hours until we got it. And guess what? So like you go in and the thing is you're playing against like 6 other live teams, and right now since the newest game mode, everyone's going for that one thing. We somehow ended up, if you kill the chemist, you get a blueprint for the M13. Somehow we played a game, we were fighting the chemist and we lost, but we killed someone who had their base M13 that was just trying to grind it and level it up. Because like you said, you get a shit ton of experience just actually playing DMZ. So we found the base and we just strapped and got the hell out of there. And we just did drop it for each other a couple times, and we all unlocked it by the end.
You still got it?
Yep, and yeah, so we got it. Sorry, I was just watching Brock Purdy in the victory formation. We're used to seeing that as Cyclone fans.
What do you got? The best quarterback in the draft, and they're taking knees.
Yep. Couldn't trust Garoppolo.
Hey,
No.
those snap reps are important. Just ask Josh Allen.
Yeah, true.
Ask any current Iowa State rostered quarterback. Those snaps are important right now. Under center.
Good God.
Speaking of, I gained a ton of points in this game. I'm happy.
Yeah. I'm shocked.
We will get into this tomorrow night, 8:30, college football pod. Different night. Not Thursday. We're not eating turkey, being all sleepy on tryptophan to bitch about our game last week. We're gonna do it full energy tomorrow.
Like I said, I thankfully didn't experience it firsthand. My mood would have been ruined. I was officiating my brother's wedding. Beautiful wedding, beautiful night. I saw we lost, and I go, well, it's a beautiful night. And I threw my phone over my shoulder, and I started dancing. So, yeah, I might review some tape before I go in. But, again, we can just briefly talk about it because it's our podcast. Who gives a shit? I mean, seriously, it's just like, I didn't need to watch it because it's copy and paste. Let's see. The defense does very well. The offense struggles, especially inside of the red zone. And then we piss it down our leg at the end, and we lose by single digits.
Rinse, repeat
am I
every
talking
week,
about,
baby.
Yeah, am I talking about the Baylor game, the Kansas game, the Kansas State game? It's fucking either one of those. Just fill in that blank slate. You just change the colors and the name on the other uniforms, and it's the same thing.
Yep. Chiefs rule, Vikings drool. I see here. Week
Ooh.
11 is what the bottom line says, but I think that
Clark,
means
power
it's
rankings real quick.
power rankings.
Anybody got them pulled up?
Oh, no, I was just asking what your power rankings were.
My top 5.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
There we
Jesus.
back to Homer Chiefs all the way. Top 5 teams are all the Chiefs.
We
Chiefs.
don't have new ones out yet this week, so we can't do anything off in the zone.
Well,
Just
I mean,
FYI.
yeah.
We
Joey,
can
what's
do-
yours?
Do our own.
Well, Miami can't move down because they had a bye week, so they're still number 1. I do
Okay.
think Chiefs are number 2.
Mhm.
Man, fucking Cowboys look goddamn good.
Yeah, they did.
So do the Niners again. All right. I'm gonna go Miami, Kansas City, Buffalo, Philly, Dallas. That's my top 5 right now.
Trent?
So I'm gonna go Kansas City, Miami, Philadelphia, as much as it pains me, Dallas,
Because they
and
banked you.
yeah, exactly. And I saw Minnesota at 5.
See, but then you can say, well, we only lost to the top 4 teams, in my opinion. So, I mean, you got a good built-in excuse there.
Yep.
My legit one: Chiefs, Dolphins, Bills, Titans, Eagles.
Titans.
I
Okay.
would say Titans are on my number 6, 7 line, right there with the Vikings.
They're just sneaky good. They're quiet. They don't
Yep.
score a lot, but that defense is legit.
Yep.
And
I mean,
they have Derrick Henry. Like, you can't
That's what's
count them
gonna win
out,
down the
dude.
stretch.
Exactly.
When all the other teams get beat up and they're getting injured, the Titans are still going to beat people up because of that fucking offense. I mean, I still don't think they do much in the playoffs, but man, I think they could sneak in for that opposite seed of the Chiefs. I honestly, out of all the teams left, my top 5 teams, the Chiefs are probably going to get the 1 seed. Miami, that NFC East is way better than the AFC West, or AFC East is better than the AFC West. So yeah, I could see Miami slipping down and getting like the next seed, the number 2 seed. But yeah, the Chiefs look very fucking good right now. But yeah, the Titans, if they get a fucking 3 or 4 seed, man, watch out.
Bryant, what's yours?
So, sorry, I was trying to find an actual NFL playoffs so we could just have a picture to share here while instead of just yammering here. Obviously, Chiefs won. I think. I think right now the Chiefs, because it's kind of hard. Where what about the Eagles at 9-1? They only have that 1 loss. I just think the Chiefs right now with their momentum, 1 BS loss to the Colts and 1 very close loss to the Bills, where they actually didn't have Mahomes' magic in the last drive. I think just right now they're playing way better than the Eagles. I think number 2. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to go Eagles. I mean, strictly record, and I think they haven't just dominated anyone as much as I'd hope. Number 3, Dolphins. I guess Dolphins or Cowboys. You could talk me into either one of those 3, 4, mix them around, and then I'm sorry. I think Bills or Vikings. You can make the argument either way, but actually, I'll just do Vikings because they beat the Bills. So is what it is. I mean, you could make an argument Bills being in there as well. There's not the one dominant team this year. Chiefs have had some BS losses. The Eagles have had a BS loss, and they only had a 1-point victory this last weekend. So it'll be interesting these next 5 weeks where we're finally talking about a Titans team that brought Chiefs to overtime. I think we're going to slowly start seeing them climb up and everyone else lose around them too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, totally agree. Well, anybody else have anything to add here before we wrap this thing up?
I was just going to say road to 272. I was the only guy with a winning record this week. I just needed to bring that up at the end. Had to.
Yeah, well, I think
That's
we
fair.
got to go. We can't go off records now. It's got to be off winning percentage because we don't all have the same amount of games here.
No, true.
Oh yeah, when you keep pushing.
Yeah, with those pushes in there. But Trent's still leading. I've made up some ground this week. Like I said, I know everyone was insulted last road when we were recording about why is Bryant picking against the Vikings. One, I think the biggest thing I said was I have to make up on games. Like I have to bet against you guys at some point to make up, and I gained I think 2 games this week. So
Yeah.
slowly, Wilkes in the bronze seat right now. I'm gonna climb that silver. Clark, you're gonna go back to bronze, and then old gold Wilksy with the golden record at the end of the year. I'm gonna get that silver medal or that gold medal, blue ribbon, Stanley Cup. I don't know what are we even doing a prize at the end of this, or is it just the bragging rights?
I've talked to Ryan. He's the one that came
Yeah,
up with the idea.
He's the boss here.
Since we couldn't do fucking fantasy football, we had to do this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, boo!
We
I
had to
hope
do
you
this
hear that,
shit
Ryan.
of picking every game that we all gamble and love. That would have.
Yeah. No, I don't think we had a prize picked out. We should. And we
Yeah,
should
we
also have
should.
a punishment for last place. And I'm saying that as a person that could get last place. So.
Brian, do you know how many games you are behind Trent right now?
I believe it's within 4 right now. Give me a second.
2.
Two.
I'm 2 behind
Damn.
you. So you are currently in second, 2 behind the leader.
Oh, this
But again, can we just go off of that because we don't have the same amount of games?
But again,
I've had
Yeah, I'd like
4
some
voids
pushes
this
too.
year.
But again, you're not
The 4
winning money
pushes.
unless you're winning. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess the winning percentage just means nothing too. It's whatever.
Nothing.
so I was looking at mine, and if I had
Me.
placed $5 on each one, I'd be at $802.
Yeah, but how
Well-
much have you spent?
I don't know, whatever.
The fuck kind of. If
I'm just looking at the top thing here on our
Oh.
spreadsheet. It gives us our number.
It says
That came from Bryant's sheet. The money won is on the left, money lost is in the middle, and your total net is on the right.
yeah,
Oh. So I'd be up $417.
yeah,
Nice.
we'd all be up some decent money.
Yeah.
So again, more people need to start listening to this podcast and listen to these picks. I'd be up 400. I am just shy of $500 cash profit if I would have been not a pussy all year and bet $5 on every game.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I'm only at 52% winning percentage, and
Just
I'd be up
think where you'd
$400.
be if you started out betting $5 and took all your winnings and bet all of that on next week's games, and then all of that on the next week's games.
And this, my friends, is where addiction and degeneration comes from.
yeah, betting on
But-
272 football games in a season will cause addiction.
But if I take this $5 I would have bet and I would have put $10 down, ooh, it doubled my money. Oh yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's wrap this up. So tomorrow, look for the college football pod at 8:30, and then after that, so Wednesday we'll do the road to 272. Thanks everybody for sticking around and listening to us tonight, following along. We do appreciate it. But again, let us know what you want to hear us talk about. We'll mention that, and who knows? Might be a new topic, might be a new segment. We'll find out.
Hell yeah.
Joey, how can everybody get a hold of us here?
Yep, at Heartland Pulse, Twitter and Instagram. Search Pulse of the Heartland on Facebook and YouTube. Comment every week if you can on all of our stuff. Make sure you tell all your friends about us. InTheZone.studio is our new main hub for our podcast and all of the other content that is going to be created, as you could kind of hear Dylan tonight explain We'll work on that next time he gets on here. But yeah, check out inthezone.studio. See all of the cool things going on there. And then, yeah, we'll have this out tomorrow as a podcast.
All right. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Appreciate you.